Hello and welcome to the UB Sport Fitness YouTube page, joined with me, Seth Nobes, and my co-commentator Joe Camp, and we're here today at the Bournbrook Pitches over the watchful eye of Old Joe, the highest freestanding clock tower in the world, I believe.
Lovely bit of trivia. I'm going to have to correct you, Seth. I think it's Europe.
Oh,
I think it's
well,
Europe.
We're off to a bad start there for this lacrosse fixture in the UCL team, obviously making that for them.
Yeah.
Hopefully that they'll have taken the opportunity to get that team spirit going on the coach, ahead of what is a very important fixture. I mean, more so for Birmingham than UCL. I think UCL, in a way, will be wanting to focus on the league and looking for promotion to the Premier 1, where that's the top tier of BUCS Lacrosse. Whereas Birmingham, they're relatively safe in the league. They're 6 points off the bottom, but they've got a game in hand on that bottom side. But they've found some form in this cup, and they're only actually 4 wins away from lifting the Women's National Trophy.
Yeah, exactly, and that could drop down to 3 today if they're successful here. But obviously, at this point in the season, it's unlikely for them to make a title charge in the league. So this could be their only real opportunity at success this season.
And we've said that they've lost their last 3 league games in a row. And that is true, but their last 2 games, they were only beaten by 1 point, so it's not as if they're getting thrashed in these games. They are close games, and the team are able to run, probably a teams of better quality shown by the league table, right to the end of the fixture, and they'll be hoping they can draw some sort of promise from that, and hoping today that they can cause, I wouldn't say a bit of an upset. They're both part of the second division. Just part of different regions, but UCL obviously only losing that 1 game all season. They will be hoping to continue that, but then Birmingham, they'll be up for it. I'm sure they will. They've had a Christmas break to go back to the drawing board, and like I said, they have produced some impressive results so far in this competition.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see.
They've also done us a little bit dirty with the kit numbers as well. Yes. On their Instagram, all the names are labelled 1 to 15. However, as you can see, numbers range from what I can see 33 to 88. So we're struggling a little bit here on the mics, and we probably won't be able to give accurate names, but we'll try our best. Probably just go by numbers, referred by numbers.
We have got that lineup here for you, so we will run through. So the captains today, dual captaincy for Birmingham, it's Georgia Grummett and Katie Butterworth. And then I believe this is now just an alphabetical order, so it's Alice Oram, Anna Swartz, Eliza Slater, Emily Colson, Georgia Brooks, Harriet Barron, Katie O'Connell, Lexi Tranter, Lucy Kendrick, Lucy Trumper, Maddie Van Every, Sophie Hall and Tappy Ross are the 15 for the Lions today. So the game looks like it will be getting underway shortly. Don't know how I feel about someone playing in a hoodie.
Oh, am I looking? Yeah.
Number 21 for UCL opting for an odd clothing choice there, but
yeah, I mean, my knowledge on lacrosse fashion is not extensive, but whatever you're comfortable in, I guess, is the argument. I think the keeper's also in a sweatshirt as well, so it's not the warmest out in Birmingham today. So in some senses, I suppose it makes sense.
It does. I'm wearing my University of Birmingham Cricksock beanie.
Is that a little plug there?
It is. I believe Jack, the captain, said he would tune in. So, hello, Jack, if you're watching.
Depends if he's here this early.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the game is yet to get underway. I mean, I'm sure the action will draw in viewers. I mean,
hundreds of viewers,
if
not thousands. We're down to 4. I thought we were up to 4. Last time I checked, we're 2. We've doubled that.
Like I said, chat, if you could get involved, give us your predictions for the games, or just ask us any questions. We're here for the next hour and a half or so. So, if you want to find out about us, then
yeah, we could get autobiographical about ourselves, I suppose. But obviously, the main task at hand is to deliver you some wonderful commentary over what should be a brilliant game of lacrosse this, I'd say, sunny afternoon in Selly Oak.
The sun has come out, yeah. Although the grey clouds are looming.
They are.
As number 21 doing some training drills there, just overhits it a bit. As I've been told that I should stop talking about my hats by one of the listeners on private message.
Oh, really?
I'm sorry about that.
At least people are tuning in, eh, sir?
Yes, definitely isn't my girlfriend listening.
Oh, really? Plugging other societies.
Yeah. As old Joe chimes for 1:15, the referee blows their whistle. And it looks like we're about to get underway after a team talk.
Old Joe is actually 4 minutes fast, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. It isn't actually 1:15. Yeah.
Oh, well.
I can hear it from my bedroom, and every time I hear it, I think, well, it's not right, is it? And it didn't get fixed that long ago, and it's already running fast. So, a public message to the University of Birmingham: maybe get that sorted out. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm not going to pressure you to do anything, but
the crowds are starting to gather here actually at Bournbrook in their tens.
Yeah.
For this cup fixture, as Birmingham are running through some of their pre-match rituals, it looks like.
We're up to 4, still at 4.
Down. UCL taking a more calm approach potentially. The captains in the middle. I wonder why Birmingham have decided to go for 2 captains. I wonder what's the reasoning there.
Maybe attacking and defensive captain, maybe.
As the number 17 from UCL is sporting a Karate Kid-esque headband. I'm a big fan of that headband and in fact, Karate Kid the film.
What's your favourite martial art film? Let us know.
It's got to be Karate Kid, hasn't it? I mean, I'm trying to think. The Spy Next Door, have you seen that one?
I have not seen that. That sounds pretty niche, actually.
With Jackie Chan.
I'm trying to think.
It's more of a children's film. But no, it's nice. It's turning out to be a nice afternoon here at the Bournbrook Pitches, and hopefully that's a sign of things to come.
Fingers crossed.
Obviously, UCL repping the purple strip today, similar to the Burn FC.
Yeah, it is
colours.
Actually. Yeah, absolutely. Although
where Burn FC will be making their return to Bournbrook Pitch on Friday.
Yeah, we should get some commentary for those games actually, Seth.
That would be like live commentary whilst I'm on the pitch.
Yeah, subs would have to take over from the mics, I guess.
It could be done potentially. It's something we could look into, maybe. Although shows will be beginning up again soon at Burn FM. I'm not quite sure the date. Have you renewed your show for another term?
Indeed, I have, Seth.
Talking the hardest.
I'd be
no, it's not talking the hardest.
It's all of 6 now.
I thought it was old Joe to the ballroom.
That's we've had to put that one behind us, to be honest, Seth. We did that journey too many times from old Joe to the bull ring, so we've gone back to our old format.
Rule of 6.
I don't really want to be standing here plugging my radio show. It seems a bit self-indulged plugging my radio show on the Lacrosse commentary. So
we're just waiting for the game to get underway here, really. I mean, as we can potentially talk about, some of the.
Who are your top 20 favourite lacrosse players ever, Seth? Can you just give us a quick run through?
I've listed 15 of them.
Yeah, so give us another 5.
I mean, I assume there is some sort of national lacrosse. I mean, there must be professional lacrosse.
Who is the 100%? Who is the best lacrosse player of all time?
A Ballon d'Or.
Ballon d'Or of lacrosse.
I mean, the last time I did this commentary, I was joined by Ellen Knight and Saskia Hurst, who I think had played a bit of lacrosse, and they got very annoyed when I called the thing they're holding to catch the ball a stick. Apparently, that is the lacrosse.
The lacrosse itself.
Or the cross.
I'm trying to think of any other sports that have the main piece of equipment as the actual name of the sport.
Well, I guess it's hockey stick.
Yeah, you can say
football.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, but that's a rugby ball.
Yes, that is true.
Because then you can say a tennis racket or a cricket bat.
Yeah, cricket ball.
I think football's a good one.
The only one.
Swimming.
I was just about to say swimming. Diving.
Darts.
Yeah, they're called darts, aren't they?
Yeah.
No, I mean, but what would? Yeah, I mean.
Actually, I don't think swimming counts. That's just the verb, isn't it?
But then, yeah. I mean, it looks like currently that Birmingham are going to have an easy game if UCL.
Yeah, don't actually come out. But here we go, UCL coming out onto the pitch,
striding out. They look positive. Like we said, they've had a good season so far. Goalkeeper wearing an almost Formula 1-esque helmet.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that, Seth?
I mean, is necessary for the protection, because I can imagine you can whip up some speed.
Oh yeah.
With the lacrosse.
But the thing is, it's not just the goalkeeper that could potentially be hit. You think that every player on the pitch is at potential risk, but
as the game's about to get underway here, having a bit of a lacrosse wrestle to start.
Is that the technical term, Seth?
It is. As the ball begins, and the face-off is won by Birmingham, number 32, charging down the centre of the pitch, passes it out wide. He looked to move inside, number 50. UCL on the back foot straight away here as Birmingham look to get an early goal. As it's passed to this.
Nicely worked around the Birmingham offence.
And they're hoping to get lacrosse on ball.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, nice.
Just to ease the pre-match nerves potentially. As 32 makes a darting run inside but passes it over the goal.
Yeah.
I think this game will be quite technical.
UCL just keeping them at arm's reach here, not letting them get too close to the goal.
They do vary their pace often. It's not as if they're sprinting at full. That's a brilliant
run and a fantastic save to match it.
Number 31 there for Birmingham, charging into the box, but the goalkeeper equal to it, as there's a loose ball now here and it's scooped up by number 46. Charges inside and drops the ball, but
picks it up again.
Bit of a
still
twirl,
going 46.
And that's a foul. And that will be UCL's ball as they're just past the halfway line. 46 looking at her options here. Passes it out wide.
It made a lot of ground there.
There is the player behind the goal if they need it, just to reset, just to get some options. Number 11. Shown the outside by 59, and she's done a good job there, number 59 for Birmingham, to show around the back of the goal.
No, her name's something else, but everyone's going to attack her.
And 59's there again, and it's a poor ball really. And it's picked up by 46, but they've lost sort of the momentum from the attack there, and it's almost now at walking pace, and the ball's fallen out again. Again, it's just that sort of, it's probably been a while since they played competitive lacrosse. As number 21 charges and shoots, but it goes wide.
And that will be a UCL ball.
UCL ball here at the Bournbrook Pitches.
Yeah, I think that's quite a fun rule when it comes to lacrosse. Whoever the closest player is to the ball when it goes out retains possession.
That is a good rule.
Yeah, so you could have a shot at goal, and if you miss, but your player's round the back and it goes out, then you maintain possession. As Birmingham intercept it there and look to move up the pitch.
And they 47
found some space there. Nice little cut inside there by 47, who's made a lot of ground here.
The ref's seen something she doesn't like, pulls it back. So we've now got 9 listeners on the live stream.
Let's go, and I'll be expecting our first goal here, and that is 1-0 to Birmingham second.
They take an early lead
after just a few minutes, and
less than 5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, fantastic breakaway there from Birmingham. Brilliant play by 47, who managed to find some space when Birmingham a penalty, and they converted.
It was that quick taking of the free kick that it was drawn back to, I think, really started that move off, as UCL were caught somewhat unawares there as Birmingham gained the face-off once again, and number 32 passes it to 50, charging in the box. They're looking for a second.
This could be a great start here for Birmingham if they're able to follow up that last goal with another here.
Number 59, she was doing the business at the defensive end, and unfortunately she can't quite deliver the pass at the attacking end there, but again the ball's just spilled there by number 31.
Still got possession here, Birmingham. Fortunate there to keep it after 2 drop balls.
As number 31 charges inside.
Trying to find space to shoot, but just offloads it to 59. And it looks like that's going to be another penalty to Birmingham here.
In an attacking position, they could take advantage of this as they shoot, but it just goes over the top.
It's going to remain Birmingham's ball here.
It's a good start here for the team in red.
Absolutely, absolutely.
They're strong in the attack, and they, the limited attacking options for UCL have not brought any real opportunities. And just now, they're doing. That's a brilliant ball in. 47 can collect it, but they couldn't. And it's with UCL, the possession's turned over, and they'll look to build an attack here as it's played into the centre. There's brilliant use of the Lacrosse there by 31, who now is the furthest player from their own goal, but they do a brilliant turn there on number 21.
Yeah, that's a fantastic bit of defensive work there from Birmingham to get it out of what was quite a tight spot.
Number 67 plays it through to 59 on the edge of the box.
Could we see another goal here?
Just wide. Keeper got in a good position there and
tries to find just that near post bottom corner, but it's unfortunate not to.
Closed off that angle for them there as
well. However, Birmingham's still in possession here. Playing it in from the sideline.
59's been at the heart of everything that's been good for Birmingham so far. Birmingham obviously remembering their runs, remembering their roots. They're playing well attacking wise so far, as 50 is just closed off there by UCL. I believe it was the UCL 64 and
it's going to be another
again.
Penalty to Birmingham, yeah. Seen some a lack of discipline early on from UCL here.
Discharge, and it's a save.
And it's
but they've claimed the loose ball, and it's almost an open goal, but it was brilliant defensive players. The ball is loose still in Birmingham's box. UCL will be wanting to get rid as soon as they can.
Yeah, some panicky defending there from UCL, but they just about managed to get the ball under control.
And they could go on the counter here, but they've spilled it again. You know, that lack of discipline that you're talking about, Joe, is.
Yeah.
I think, and again, they've run out of the pitch, they've run out of the field of play, and
it's unfortunate there from number 11. I think she just lost her bearings a little bit.
And they concede possession in a place where really it wasn't necessary to take the risk, because it's shot forward there.
Absolutely, and here's
47 that spills it.
Would have been a great shooting opportunity there for 47 had
it
she
doesn't matter.
However, Birmingham able to capitalise from the space that they'd created. And
47 able to turn a miscued catch into an assist for number 31, I believe, or 32.
I think it was.
Number 32, and Birmingham take an early 2-0 lead here in this National Trophy fixture. And you wouldn't tell that Birmingham are the team that are in some strife in the league.
No, they've been playing fantastically so far, Birmingham.
32 could turn the assister here, and she does.
Wowzers. Wowzers trousers. UOB women's twos have extended their lead to 3 after just a couple seconds after their second goal, and they're looking fairly comfortable now.
Straight from the kickoff, or the face-off, as you'd probably call it. There's a lack of foot action, obviously. But yeah, I mean, they won the face-off, and there was no looking back. Number 32, who just found the back of her net herself, was able to claim it, and it was brilliant burst forward.
It was, and that's
a nasty.
Going to be a trip there, and that'll be a penalty to UCL. Lucky she's got leggings on, because I don't know if you've ever fallen over on AstroTurf like this, but it's not fun for your knees.
She's doing it herself here. She's taken matters into her own hands. Probably determined after that foul on her. Plays it to number 46, who sells the inside, and the keeper there,
and it's
like a lollipop lady holding up her net.
It's important here that Birmingham don't concede a goal after it's a nice bit of attack there.
There's a foul.
And 21 doing brilliantly there to retain possession with 3 defenders trying to attack, and a fantastic save from Birmingham goalkeeper, and
the distribution that Edison would be proud of.
100%.
That's a brilliant catch there.
Just 47 stampeding down that right wing, as she has done a couple times this game, trying to find the attacker, and
I believe UCL have the ball, but that's, again, it just shows the threat that Birmingham are posing so far.
It's
the UCL just aren't able to sort of counter.
Yeah, 100%. It's necessary that UCL score next if they don't want to see this game run away from them.
As Birmingham again on the attack, just a bit high there for 42 to claim with a Lacrosse in the air, and 14 for UCL picks it up. They're slipping all over the place, and maybe a bit of moisture in the air causing the pitch to be a bit slippy, or maybe they just forgot to sharpen their spikes before the game.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it was the moisture in the air, in all honesty, Seth.
You can't rule out. You got to talk about every potential opportunity,
every variable
in the round 3 of the National Trophy.
100%. There's Birmingham retain possession. Number 33 trying to find a way through, but she's not able to.
Twisting and turning, but no possession, no ground gained. But that's twisting and turning.
Oh,
it's great success there. It's 29, but
yeah, found a good line through, but unfortunate there. Maybe snatched at the opportunity a little bit and wasn't able to find the back of the net.
But it's promising. It's all promising for Birmingham.
Yeah,
it's
been a brilliant first quarter so far from Birmingham.
They're definitely on top of this game. The ball hardly left their final quarter. As 33 goes this way, that way, and scores. Cuts onto her left. Iron Robin-esque.
Finds the top left corner, and that's a brilliant goal from Birmingham and extends their lead to 4. Are they beginning to run away with it slightly, Seth, do you think, here?
I mean, it seems to be the case at the moment. I mean, UCL are offering very little in response so far, but, you know, we've got to remember there's still a long way to go in this game, and, you know, Birmingham have dominated the first 10 minutes, but if UCL have a similar, you know, end to the quarter as Birmingham's domination has been, then they could still be in the game, but at the moment, it's difficult to see that happening, just how promising Birmingham have looked in the attack and how good they've looked in defence as well. They've definitely done their work in the training, and again, just instances like that for UCL where the pass doesn't quite come off and they concede a foul, and Birmingham could be in again here.
Yeah, no, they've been very confident so far this quarter, Birmingham, and it's paid off. Birmingham trying to maintain possession and get it back to safety where they can reset their attack here. But yeah, they seem just a lot more confident than UCL so far this quarter, Birmingham, and it's obviously paid dividends for them and is reflected by the scoreline.
Well, they've obviously been told to go out and be positive, and it's worked for them. They're 4 goals to the good here as 47 looks to make that 5.
Just trying to find some space with her back to goal there, but is unable to.
It's a tight angle there for 29, and it just
goes across the face of the goal. Post. And once more, possession remains with Birmingham as they spent a couple minutes up in UCL's half here.
As
as they say, attack is the best form of defence, isn't it, Seth?
I mean, they do say that, and that proves to be the case so far as there's 3 minutes left of this first quarter. Birmingham will be looking to improve that scoreline, and I think they'd be somewhat disappointed if they went in at quarter for 4 goals to the good as opposed to maybe 6 or 7 that they potentially could have had here, whereas UCL will just be hoping they can have a word with their coach and need inspiration from maybe someone on the subs bench.
Yeah, I think it's important that they don't let UCL have a sighter goal here, and they don't want to give UCL any chance to run up any momentum before the second quarter.
Save there by the UCL goalkeeper, number 31, turning the afterburners on and charging through, but to no avail, and UCL have the ball now, looking to find a way back into this game. Number 17, charging through, doing it all herself.
Yeah, it's a fantastic run from number 17 here, and as she got the end product,
she lays it off,
finds her attacker.
But the referee, she's seen something she doesn't like.
It's going to be a penalty to UCL here.
And I think, like, you're right, a goal here for UCL could change the dynamic potentially, but straight into number 88's net.
Yes, good play from the goalkeeper there. Important that she kept that clean sheet for the first quarter.
67.
Birmingham stand a good chance of making that 5. And an unbelievable run from number 67 there to make it 5-0 to Birmingham.
In the first quarter?
In the first quarter, yeah.
With it's probably a minute and a half remaining of this first quarter, Birmingham 5 goals to the good, and UCL having a bit of a meeting here just to discuss the game, just to see where they can improve. The defence so far has not been up to the standards that they'd expected, and it's going to be a difficult situation for UCL. Obviously 5 goals down, but also I doubt they found themselves in this situation so far this season. Like we said, they've won 6 of their 7 games.
Yeah, we'll see what UCL's made from coming into these next few quarters. Obviously not the start they would have wanted or indeed expected.
Here, again, 15 does well, but it's
a loose
intercepted,
pass taken by 42, and that's a brilliant interception. And a brilliant finish from 42 to make it 6-0 in the first quarter of this game.
A defensive mistake there for
UCL. A needless mistake there from UCL, and it's well pounced on by Birmingham.
And I believe that's the end of the first quarter here at the Bournbrook Pitches in this third round of the National Trophy. Birmingham 2 see themselves 6-0 to the good against UCL 1s, and we'll come back to you when the action starts up again in a few minutes.
Like an hour. I'm going to do arms. You can do bench.
I don't normally do bench on my own.
I don't either.
Well, if we're together,
okay. Yeah. I can't do more than the bar. I've never attempted more than the bar, so. Yeah.
Nice. Well, it's better early on. Way better. As soon as you've got your form, the bars.
I feel like I would just wobble all over the shop. If I had 10 in each arm, I feel like I wouldn't be able to do it. That's what a bar is, basically.
Yeah, it's better like get full range and those. Yeah, but you
I'm scared I'm going to injure myself.
With the bar, yeah. So the distribution's better. So if you're going for high weight,
yeah, but you don't actually get anything from like. There's like a few, obviously you guys do a lot.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It hurt my boobies last night, like afterwards.
Across your chest here, yeah.
The bar, I think to most people, I think bench press is more like a track of progress.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Same with deadlift, same with like lots of
yeah,
like of the
sort of test your strength rather than build your strength.
Yeah, to an extent, but at the same time, like you're training bench a lot. You're not like there's something optimal building out, but it is a good way to keep yourself motivated. If you're like getting an extra 2.5 kilograms every 2 minutes, like progression. Yeah.
I just kind of do it for fun.
Like not people like I've got a new deadlift, the RCA, like I'm so gassed, and then I'll be more motivated to go for something the next day. Yeah. Never done it. Yeah, a lot of people say
I don't like it. I do RDLs.
RDLs are much more, they're more like
and I like doing them with, I don't like doing it with a bar.
yeah, with the risk to reward
And I feel like you'd have to do it
unless you're
perfectly
perfect
to.
form,
Yeah.
I'm just scared of my knees and my back.
It's my back that was worrying me.
Could be a lacrosse score, you never know.
Well, it might, but I'm pretty certain it will be a lacrosse score, as UCL potentially learning from Birmingham's approach, trying to be on the front foot straight away instead of sort of allowing the pressure as they play it out wide. Birmingham, their defence wasn't really tested in that first quarter, sorry. So potentially this is an opportunity for them to demonstrate what they've been working on the training ground as it goes behind the goal, number 14. And the UCL players just aren't being afforded the space as the Birmingham players were. From the poor showing, I think it's the best way to put it, from that UCL defence in that first quarter.
To be honest, they all seem slightly static to some extent, the UCL players. Whether that's just a result of Birmingham's well-organised defence.
And an unforced error there from 46, and it's a good save by the Birmingham keeper. And that's been the case so far. Somewhat of a tame shot. The keeper still had a bit to do, but
yeah, great.
The keeper has had to make a few saves for Birmingham. As 67 charges through, and it just the power behind that shot was almighty, and Birmingham still have the ball here.
Yeah, once more, great distribution from the goalkeeper and turns attack into defence in almost a split second there.
I think that's a tangible evidence of the difference between these two teams. The speed Birmingham are going with is miles ahead of what UCL were able to produce in that situation that we just seen, that attacking opportunity where, like Joe described them as static. And even now, you know, UCL are charging forward, but Birmingham players are getting back, and that's just not the case when Birmingham are on the attack. And I think that's a clash of Lacrosse's there, as UCL have a penalty in a dangerous area, and they need to convert here really to...
Is it Lacrosse's or Lacrosse I? Sorry to interrupt you there.
I don't know. It's a brilliant save. I imagine it... Well, I mean, it's like crosses, isn't it? It's like noughts and crosses, so I assume... I mean...
Lacrosse's, yeah. Okay. I see. I'll take that. I think that's valid.
Again with a chance, but the keeper rises to it, or in fact... lowers to it.
I think Birmingham keepers today has been excellent so far. Seems very effortless when it comes to the saves, and is able to keep out a few goal scoring opportunities that have been heading on well on target.
And as the ball slips out of number 11's Lacrosse there, as she aimed the shot. I think the shouts of pressure from the sideline from the Birmingham subs, as we can just tell there. Actually, Birmingham have double the amount of subs that UCL do, and that will probably come into play later in the... Oh, my water bottle falls over. As later in the game, as they tire.
Yeah, exactly, and that's not what UCL will be wanting to hear.
Especially as they look as if they're going to have to try and go against the tide of the game so far, seeing themselves 6 goals down to the Birmingham team. I mean, UCL, they've still got time to come back into this game, and they have looked more promising in this short amount of time we've had in the second quarter. But as I say that, they again are forced into an unforced error. They see themselves in an unforced error. And
they're going to need to pick it up this quarter if they want to get anything out of this game. Obviously,
that's a brilliant throw by the number 88 goalkeeper. And again, that, you know, in a 6-0 lead so far, you wouldn't look to the keeper potentially as one of the players so far. And this could be 7, but it's not.
Did it come off the?
Came off the thigh or the leg.
Golf it.
As the ref concedes a foul to UCL, and the 67 charges down. But again, I know what you mean. I think you described the Birmingham keeper as effortless. And I think so far the whole team has looked quite effortless in their.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with you. I think
they're running and they're throwing and even their attacking opportunities. It's been seamless. It's been smooth. Whereas UCL's been very bit party. I think is the best way. Very static as we described it as earlier. But could change here as number 14 charges down the
it's
middle.
A great interception there, and won a good bit of ground there from the 14 as she calls for the ball back in. But doesn't receive it from number 6, who waits patiently for another option. And she does so, finds 11, and a brilliant save there from the
came off the foot.
UOB goalkeeper once more to keep them out. And you'd be starting to think whether you're able to get past this Birmingham keeper if you're a UCL player so far. They've had a number of good opportunities, but at the same time haven't seemed to come close.
That's perfect. You put it brilliantly there. I think even they've created the opportunities, whether they're half chances or not. You know, I think Lacrosse is quite a high-scoring game, and I think these cup fixtures have seen both teams, you know, UCL and Birmingham, find the back of their net on regular occurrences, and that's been demonstrated by Birmingham kept up today, whereas UCL just haven't had the luck, and maybe the goalkeeper's a part of that, but also I think it's just the whole solid defence from Birmingham. They've really risen to the occasion, and they almost have, you know, I don't want to preempt anything, but you know, 20 minutes into this
good
game,
explosion of pace there from 42. Done well to find a teammate there in 32.
And 42 should score. 7-0.
Yeah, fantastic bit of team play there from Birmingham to create the space. 42 starting off the move and finishing it with a great finish, and that makes it 7 to Birmingham in this second quarter, and their dominance continues.
Yeah, and I was about to say before that goal went in was, you know, Birmingham always seems to have one foot on the coach to Exeter for that quarter-final tie against the thirds down in Devon.
Yeah, they better start saving up for petrol, eh?
Yeah, Better
the
start
ball is
creating the
going, here
Spotify
we go.
playlist for that. It was 3-hour drive down. You know, with that.
Yeah, it could be done in 2 hours and 45. I have
as UCL
hit the crossbar.
That's a brilliant run by 11. They needed someone to sort of stand up and
100%
and lead the team there, and 11 did just that, bursting through the Birmingham defence in a way that the London team haven't quite done yet.
Yeah, no, it was almost a fantastic finish there from UCL, and very unlucky there to hit the crossbar.
And it's.
I think I was about to talk to you about Exeter travel times, but we could probably swiftly move on from that conversation.
Yes.
It's not the most exciting, but
also we'll have egg on our face if
UCL
make a comeback.
I mean, they can maybe take my travel advice instead.
As 47's twisting and turning in the box there, but it's good defence there by the number 10.
Yeah, it is. Unable to find the space that time, Birmingham.
And it's good. I think UCL have looked a bit more disciplined this half. I think they have been drawn out of position too often, and I've just been watching that number 10. But again,
good turn there from Birmingham, and a fantastic goal there from number 31.
I was just singing the praises of the UCL defence there once again.
Split open, did well to turn a woman there, and found the far corner to
a great finish. I mean, there's been a couple of opportunities like that, and they have gone wide.
8-0 now, is it?
8-0 now.
Flipping heck.
We could be on for a dominant finish here.
As
twos.
The UCL girls look slightly disheartened, as you would imagine at this point in the game, and Birmingham
once again on the attack.
Yeah, with possession from the restart.
That's strong defence there, and they actually regain the ball. UCL could change hands once again as they come down to us. Number 46 against number 47. The battle of the 40s.
That's going to be
goes the way of UCL.
UCL penalty, fairly rightly so.
Asking someone to drop there.
Hey,
as number 17 drops deep in that playmaker role. Charging forward again, number 11.
Yeah,
trying to do it herself.
She's played well so far. Probably been the standout player, and that's
a goal.
A goal for UCL, and very well worked by UCL's number 11 there, and probably been the standout player for their side so far.
It's a good, or is it a goal? I think it is. I think there were talk of the side net, but
they both balled.
I don't think that's the case. I think it was number 11 has finally beaten the Birmingham keeper here.
Yeah.
In impressive circumstances, and 8-1, you know, it sounds a lot better than 8-0. Let's just put it that way.
It does.
And maybe
there's a comeback on here.
Here.
And there is 8-2. Surely not, as UCL beginning to find a way back into this match after.
I think that's generous.
Well, we'll have to see. They've.
They maybe will be talking to my co-commentator about travel routes to Exeter.
Yeah, maybe. Or they could just put it on in Apple Maps. It's up to them.
Other map services.
Yeah, they are, such as Google Map, Waze. I think that's the main one.
I use Waze myself.
Here's one. I only use Waze on long distance. If it's a short distance, I don't think there's much difference, and I prefer the interface of, say, an Apple Maps. But that's just me personally.
Yes, I like the fact that they show you where the traffic lights are. It's a ninth, and I think our map conversation has been interrupted there by what is a brilliant finish by the Birmingham number 32. Showed composure at close range. And
yeah,
the keeper's having a bit of a talking to, but you know, it's all well and good trying to blame the keeper, but I think the defence need to take some ownership for this as well, and it seems that they don't really have an answer for this Birmingham attack.
I think they're just trying to maybe organise their defence a little bit more here, UCL, and it's obviously required given the scoreline, as Birmingham have found multiple ways through their defence already, and we haven't even reached the second half of this game. And a brilliant piece of play there.
Oh, and it's hit the post
from Birmingham, who are unlucky.
47 shoots
to convert.
That scores.
And yeah, I couldn't actually see whether the ball had got in there, but yet again a lovely bit of play, and maybe that little team talk from the UCL defence wasn't as successful as it could have been, as Birmingham find their way through again.
And they're into double figures now. Birmingham currently leading 10-2. That 8-point deficit is reinstated.
Yeah.
A lot happens.
And
what do UCL do from here?
if I was UCL, I'd probably go ahead and score 9 goals. That would be my advice to them. But if not, just keep your head up and have a good time, I guess.
Yeah. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, so true.
Just have fun with it.
So true.
And it could be 11.
And it is 11. And Birmingham have found their scoring form
They have.
once more after a little interlude of UCL goals. Birmingham are back on the pulse and scored 3 in quick succession.
6 in the first half, 5 the first quarter, sorry. 5 in the second quarter, as things stand. With over 3 minutes to go before half time. It is 11-2.
Trousers.
Wowzers
To the trousers.
There's number 33, the number worn by Max Verstappen, of course, in the Formula 1 Championship.
That was a very boring bit of trivia there, Seth.
Another successful team so far are proving to be Birmingham.
Yeah, true.
There's number 42, Meaning of Life.
Yeah.
Do you reckon she's a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan?
Do you want my opinion?
Probably not.
Probably not. But you never know. The meaning to the universe and all of that.
Number 50.
And UCL.
If you played for the lacrosse team, in what number would you wear?
I'd probably go. I'd probably go for
number 33. Shoots, and I think that's ricocheted off the goalkeeper somehow. I don't think it was an intentional save. It hit her somewhere on the body, and it's kept it out, and it's prevented a 10-goal lead to Birmingham there. So every save counts.
Yeah, 100%. And I've been unable to think of an interesting or funny response to your question about what lacrosse number I'd wear. So maybe 8, because that used to be my lucky number. But I don't know. What about you, Seth?
I've always been a big advocate of the number 24.
How do you advocate for that number?
Well,
what practical ways of advocating for the number do you have?
Well, I've sported it on my back every time. When I was younger, when I used to receive a football shirt as a present. I don't know why I said receive. Got. I mean, I think my Burn FC number is 24, although that's pretty loose. We haven't actually got numbers on the back of our shirts.
Yeah, it can be then.
Theoretical. Birmingham just a bit of passing practice now. I mean, if you're UCL, you're not happy here. They just can't apply the necessary pressure.
They're just going through
42 charged into the box. She's going to shoot. It slips out of a lacrosse, but
almost looked like it could have ended up in the bottom right-hand corner there from 42.
I did think that. I did think it could potentially be
definitely a mark. I don't know if it must. I don't know if it's on.
a miscued shot on goal, but I'm loving this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it? Are they trying to distract?
I think it's UCL getting a little bit verbal here.
As half time is called here at the Bournbrook Pitches. A dominant display so far in this National Trophy third round tie. As Birmingham 2s are currently 11 goals up, 11 goals to the good.
Yeah,
with 2 goals conceded.
Another dominant display at 8-2. It looked like they might have some sort of way back into the match with 2 quarters left, 3 goals to Birmingham. Sorry. My mat is all over the shop at the moment, as I'd say probably put UCL to bed maybe at the end of this second quarter, as it looks a difficult way to navigate themselves back into this game, and with the confidence of Birmingham and the optimism of Birmingham up against what's been I'd say a team that has lacked maybe discipline in UCL. It's going to be a tough following 2 quarters if they want to get themselves back into the game and find any way of turning this Birmingham team over in the third round of the National Trophy.
And we'll be back with you when the third quarter resumes.
So I thought I had nothing. I set a 10 a.m. alarm just for the sake of it. Like I'm like, I have nothing to wake up for. Yeah. I was like, might as well regain, like try and recuperate some energy. It has gotten a bit cold, the sun's gone now. Yeah. You can't get out that way. That's embarrassing. Right. I don't know like what time she's going. She might go like evening time.
Yeah.
It might be worth her like having some. Although she could come home sometimes and cook some meal for my mum.
True. But if it's going to be late.
I don't think these guys have come to watch the day before because they've seen like shocked at how good she is. She's playing more goals.
Not really competition like that, but
No, they're obviously all on the same team.
I'd like to see the first team, so how much how different it is.
I do think there's that with them. Like, I'd like to know, are you not good enough for the first team? Because you seem like the best you can do. You said no.
She was really gutted when she got older.
She should be on there.
Do we know anyone that's on there?
Tash. Oh, we don't really know.
How do you know that?
I mean, I've met her a few times at like parties and stuff. But I'm pretty sure she's like England international. Or like she plays for a country in the UK, like where it was Scotland or something. But like she's like a big drug. Like she loves her car, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think that's what like she was saying.
That's mad.
Like she loves going out and getting some baggy. Actually, do you get paid for it? I think you do get paid if you're rich. It's getting rich anyway. Can't be asked just to go home and have to do some reading. It's not like too short.
Big boy.
Two of them are on.
My dad's 2, and my mum's like 5.
So you know, yeah.
My dad's why I'm like,
I'm
I'm 5'2". My dad's 5'8". My mum's like 5'2". I'm like 5'7".
She's holding you up. Your siblings? How big were they?
Yeah.
I think he's like 5'8". No, he's not my dad.
They're really dragging it out. They're gonna must be.
So I've looked due for it. So like,
After reaching agreement in their copyright route was not.
So it's done though, because every other supermarket has one. You just have to get to your height.
But apparently you grow to a 23.
I mean, it's literally the same. Oh, mine's about
Twins. Twinning. Oh.
Lacrosse. Yeah, here it is.
Oh, yeah, that's right. What, are they called lions?
Oh, they're all
Oh, are they?
impressed.
I'm so sorry.
Yo,
She was ill this morning.
love blue.
No, like
yes.
No, like Anna. She said she was more page than me. And then also her nose was completely blocked. She was just going, oh.
She, me. I have enough of all this. What's the point in like trying to get it like play for like the development squad or like the fourth or something? Just like.
What's Joe? Is Joe in the fourth?
And he's actually quite good.
So much.
sixer side, like there's, yeah. So like that is a big leap between being in the first and being in the Premier League academy. Most of the first there will be like academy rejects who like played into their 16 and then they got released. Yeah. It's actually really sad. But you know what, at least they have some football to play. And they're getting a degree. Is that Lexi? No. What's she doing? She's had enough running. It's her social netball one. That's actually really nice. It's got big like yellow. Yeah. No, it's got a big yellow like lion crest on it.
Oh, okay.
It's got and it's got like a coloured collar. You see?
Yeah.
I don't know what this is for. It is wireless. Wireless. But it could be on. Just to capture the ambiance. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the stream after.
Do you reckon? Just so you can like...
See if we can hear ourselves. Long quarter. Yeah. They all sat down in UCL. That's why they just forfeit the rest of the game. They got no hope.
That's not the spirit though, is it?
Might as well.
So doesn't...
Well, they have tracked all the way up here. But
Yeah, that's just so sad. Wait, was Tom going to play rugby?
But he's not playing. I don't know why he's not playing, but he's going, but he's not playing.
Oh. That seems a bit strange. Where is Cosmo to go?
He's going to Kiel, but Kiel's... I don't even know where that is. It's just such an irrelevant unit.
And a cheer from the Birmingham women's indicates the start of the third quarter of what's been a pretty one-sided game so far in the favour of Birmingham. Obviously, the scoreline 11-2. Seth, advice for UCL here?
I think they just need to play with a more positive intent. I think the way Birmingham came out in those first two quarters really warrants their 11-2 lead at the moment. I think UCL they haven't played badly. I don't think that's a good way to put it. I think they've shown promise. I think they've just not had that cutting edge that Birmingham have had as the game is about to start. And Birmingham's instantly spilled the ball, and this is a perfect opportunity here for UCL just to get a goal back quickly, just to decrease the deficit. But it's stopped by the referee, and I just think UCL need to have a bit more discipline.
Make the most of this here, UCL.
And it's a brilliant save.
Goalkeeper there.
Yeah, as the crowd acknowledge. Good save. And it's played into midfield.
Yeah, good take from 29 there to control it. Nice play here from Birmingham to work the ball up the pitch.
And it could be a goal, but it's not. They didn't release a shot. It's all right. They've got the ball at their back.
Take it around the back, and what would have been a fantastic goal there.
Been reaching highest, number 65, but unfortunately just wide of the post, and that would have been definitely as Joe said, a spectacular finish.
Yeah, basically like a volley.
It was, or like a looping header.
Yeah.
But it wasn't meant to be. As they go on the attack again, 29 waiting to receive, and she does so, and it's passed out wide to 31.
I think nutmeg the goalkeeper there to make it 12 for Birmingham with what was a pretty brilliant finish there at the near post.
It looked like it went through the keeper's leg, and I think the keeper's, just laughing it off. It sounds like from what we could hear down in the commentary area.
Yeah.
And I think UCL, if they have any chance in this game, they need to be not making silly mistakes like that. And the thing is, I guess that was just Birmingham's quality shining through there, which you wouldn't have really expected looking at the league table. Obviously, this is a cup match, but they are both in the second division, and UCL, challenging for promotion. Birmingham threatened by relegation, but it seems roles have been reversed today, and UCL they haven't done the basics well. I think that's what it comes down to, and Birmingham have played well as well. I think it's not take anything away from Birmingham here.
No, it makes you question as to whether UCL are missing players or Birmingham have been missing players, because the league table does not reflect, or the form of these teams does certainly not reflect what we've seen so far in this game, which has been almost unequivocally dominant by Birmingham. And looks like they will be making that trip down to Exeter.
For the quarter-final fixture. Yeah, as they come towards the business end of the trophy competition.
Yeah, definitely. And this result here may potentially scare those Exeter girls who are waiting for Birmingham to come down and pay them a visit, as what is probably quite an unexpected scoreline in terms of just quite how dominant Birmingham have been today.
Yeah, I would have definitely expected this game to be closer. I think Birmingham have done well in the cup competition. I mean, their first round game was a dominant 23-0 victory. In a similar vein that they're dominating this game, but UCL, they played well in their 19-13 victory in the second round. So they've got goals in them that we just haven't really seen today, and I think their just end product has been lacking. And I mean, they've still got some time to improve, as but it's unlikely now that they're going to better Birmingham's score by
well played there by
points.
UCL's number 46.
But it's good defensive play there from 26, just showing her the outside, not letting her leave, not allowing her an inch of space, as she's almost done a full circle here, and in the end it actually results in 26 dispossessing.
Yeah, that persistent defending there from Birmingham's 26 has allowed Birmingham to get themselves out of trouble after pressure was beginning to mount.
And the loose ball is picked up there eventually by the 15 for UCL, and they have a chance here on the right hand side, charging into the circle it seems, but again, good defensive work by Birmingham. They've got to stay awake here. They've got to stay alert, because before they know it, 5 or 6 quick goals here, and the momentum is completely shifted.
Yeah, 100%.
I can't see that happening myself. I don't think you can either, can you? But
I'd be surprised, but more crazy things have happened.
They have indeed. They have indeed. As UCL just weighing up their options here. Number 17, slowly walking in. And it's shown no way through there by, I believe that's number 92, sorry. Close. Number 11, scorer of that goal earlier for UCL, tries to pass it over, but again, to no success. And I think Birmingham now, have the possession. And they'll look to charge at that UCL goal again.
Take it quickly here, Birmingham. Trying to catch this UCL defence off guard. Unable to keep it in Lacrosse, but still with possession here.
There is, as they play it through. 26, top right corner.
Yeah,
13, unlucky for some, not unlucky for Birmingham today.
Good little bit of commentary from you there, Seth. Yeah, it was a good ball in, a great finish there from Birmingham, a very well worked goal after what had been a sustained period of UCL pressure in their half. But Birmingham come away with that goal there to make it 13.
13-2. The second goal of this third quarter, and it's just more of the same. UCL had an opportunity, maybe a new half, a fresh start almost to bring the game to Birmingham, and they did so. I guess they did have that pressure, but if you look at the pressure Birmingham just had, where they scored with their first shot on goal from that phase, as opposed to UCL having 4 or 5 phases of play without converting and without even troubling the goalkeeper, and in the end, you know, they gave the ball essentially, didn't they, back to Birmingham, and Birmingham were able to capitalise.
They did, yeah, and I guess it's just a clinicality of Birmingham and the optimism of them in attack.
And that is a great finish,
yeah,
to be fair.
Say, found the bottom left corner, sorry, somehow there, UCL's number 21, and you know, they might not count for much, but nevertheless a fantastic goal there from UCL, and
the deficit is reduced to 10 points.
It is,
but that's what they've got to do. They can't afford now to be clever with their play. They just need to shoot on sight almost.
Yeah. Need to be direct as possible.
They need to take their opportunities, and as they did there, I mean, they've missed easier opportunities than that one. I guess
they have,
she just struck it correctly.
Has also spoken to how well Birmingham's goalkeeper has played, number 88, but unfortunately is unable to stop that one from a Birmingham perspective. But yeah, a fantastic goal from UCL.
As Birmingham now, it's their turn to sort of regroup as 58 takes a shot, and it just goes wide, but 31's there behind the goal to scoop it up again, and we go again behind the goal. 31 taking a similar route to her teammate just 10 seconds previous, but
trying to find a more central option, but instead takes matters into her own hands. A brilliant run there, and unfortunate not to beat the keeper. But
keeper equal to it, and potentially finding a bit of a form now.
Yeah, Birmingham with the ball in the far right hand corner.
And the first real mistake we've seen from Birmingham today. But then a mistake from the keeper. It doesn't, you know, that's the opportunities UCL have got to take if they want any way back in, as they actually charge forward now. Number 14, number 32 seems to have the number on her.
Yeah, great run there from 14, and what would have been a great goal, but unfortunate not to find the target.
But it's better from UCL, and that's the type of opportunity they need to try and be taking. You know, that was they weren't trying to work it cutely or anything. They were shooting as soon as they had a sight of goal, and it almost paid off. And it paid off for 21 earlier for their third goal. As 46 here, you know, it'd be interesting to see if she does the same.
Side step there, lovely shimmy
there. She does shoot, she does score goals in the net, but it's a foul. But
it's a shame that was a lovely shimmy from 46 to beat a woman. And a good finish, but instead it comes back from the penalty, strangely enough. Can she replicate what she'd just done moments before? Yes, she can.
She can.
And makes it 4 to UCL, 13 to Birmingham. Come back a clock, there.
Come back a clock. I don't think that's going to be chiming today, mate.
No.
But I think, you know, this is promising from UCL. They will take some heart from this.
It's just been a lot more direct from them.
Yeah, I think they've probably realised that, you know, they're trailing by 9 points now. They just need to try and, you know, take any opportunity they can, even if it's a 50% chance of a goal, or, you know, they were trying to almost work the perfect goal earlier, and that doesn't work as they've seen. And Birmingham, you know, have been so much more direct. But
great
11 here,
11.
But number 88. Reflecting her first half form there with an excellent save, and quickly distributes it to 29, who actually fell over in the build up to that, so was positioned well.
Yeah.
And she keeps on going, but the ball's fumbled.
Thought she'd managed to retain possession there, but looks like it'll be a UCL penalty, which is taken quickly. And this is a lot more optimistic from UCL here, and what they need to continue forward if they're hoping to catch up with Birmingham at this point in the game.
But with 5 minutes left in this third quarter, I think it's just a little bit too.
It's 20 minutes
too
left.
Little, too late.
20 minutes left. 10 goals to win. Goal every 2 minutes.
I mean, when you put it like that, there's one of them. 13-5 now, and the comeback. You know, I mean, let's not
It's
get ahead of
impossible.
ourselves, but
it's not impossible. Only trailing by 8 goals now. UCL.
they are, and you know, they're actually bettering Birmingham in this third, as I believe there's a bit of a time out here.
Yeah,
Might even be the end of the
Birmingham re-strategising, maybe making a couple of substitutions.
end of the third quarter, is it? There's only 40 minutes on the clock, so potentially not. Potentially just a strategic timeout, as the coach isn't involved and is actually just on his phone the other end.
Fair play.
Probably watching the live stream.
Probably play some Angry Birds.
But there is a bit of a team talk here, and like we say, 13-5, you know, in that third quarter, UCL have actually bested Birmingham 3-2.
It'll definitely spark a bit of ambition in those UCL players, obviously with a couple of goals in the last few minutes and the possibility of a brilliant comeback. Whether they're able to materialise that on the pitch, we'll have to see in the end of this third quarter and our final quarter coming up.
I just think Birmingham were a lot more flat, and I think they can afford to be. They have an 8-point lead still. They had a 9-point lead going into that half, but you'd want to prove to yourself that you can keep up the performances. You know, in the league this season, they've struggled somewhat with seeing out games, and like we said earlier, the most recent league losses were both by 1 point, and you can sort of see why that's the case if they're allowing teams back in after having such a dominant first half.
Yeah, they have to keep their heads, keep their discipline here. Obviously, I'm sure they've probably been talking a little bit of tactics there, re-strategising. I think they've made a couple of substitutions. So, from a Birmingham perspective, hopefully that's enough to close out this game and not let UCL the chance to get back into it. Because
I mean, the thing is, we are talking here of a score that's 13-5.
Yeah, I was going to say, whilst 8 points is still a lot, there's enough time for it. There's enough time for it.
When you said that they need to score a goal every 2 minutes, that seems very possible.
Yeah, well,
with the quick nature of the game.
They went on and scored 2 goals in 1 minute.
Yeah. As the game's back underway and Birmingham win the face-off.
Even just keeping possession in their half for a sustained period of time, a few minutes or so for Birmingham would really put this game to bed, I'm sure, and really.
Well, yeah, but opportunities like that. I mean, that's poor defending there by number 10 as she makes her way towards us with the keeper yet to release the ball, and it misses everyone's Lacrosse, but it's picked up eventually, sort of in the midfield by number 6. But dispossessed, Birmingham making their way forward now on the left, changing her pace, charging through towards the circle, plays it out wide to 32. A good
26. Unlucky not to cap.
I think she just preempted that move a bit too much there and tried to turn and shoot before she had the ball.
From UCL 64. And that's going to be a penalty.
I think that was a high stick
to UCL. Sorry, Seth. It's a second time.
As UCL are on the charge and they shoot, and a brilliant save once again by 88, and you really have to question where Birmingham would be in this game without the keeper.
A lot of important saves made by the goalkeeper today.
That's a brilliant
and that's a
throw,
fantastic take by 26.
As number
50,
she's going to shoot, she's going to score. She
looked like it went in.
Goal line technology.
It's gone to VAR, and
I think it's been given, hasn't it?
It did look like it had gone in.
I thought it had gone in from here, and that's got to be game, set and match for Birmingham, you'd have to say now.
You'd hope so. A fantastic goal there from Birmingham as well. Found the space too.
Was it? Well, it all started.
Accurate passes and found its way into that far hand.
It all started with the goalkeeper with a throw that travelled more than half the pitch, and that take by 26, that was mesmerising.
Yeah, it was. And the offload to 50
and
on the wing.
26 linking up with 50 again, but not to the same success. But 50 still has it. The one-handed. There's number 10's trying to charge it down, but number 50 now looking to add to her goals. Number 59, I'm sure, will be wanting to do so. But it's back with 47 behind the goal. They're making their way around. Number 10's on the ground, but it doesn't matter. 26 shoots, 26 scores, 2 goals in 1 minute has seen Birmingham surely through to the quarterfinals of the National Trophy.
You think that'd be enough there? Put 10 points between it now,
Yeah.
coming into the final quarter. It would take a miracle for.
They now sit
UCL to come back
15-5
into this.
ahead. And after faltering somewhat in that third quarter, they've come up for the fourth quarter. They've come out fighting. They've come out stronger. They've come out with that positive approach that we spoke about before. And
I
they
wonder what
currently
was
see
said in that
themselves.
huddle, because they have come out and really just killed off the game with.
Well, I think they must have mentioned what's happened before with the games that they've lost by such slim margins. As 59 has just done it all there, almost
and
brilliant
unlucky. I
finish.
think that was a good save by the goalkeeper there to keep the shot out as 42 comes around the flank, trying to find someone more centrally. Does it herself, and this could be a great goal here, and is unfortunate there with a save by the goalkeeper. Nice little run there by 42 though.
I just think
Birmingham with possession again.
That
I
will
think
be
that's
a
going to be
foul
a
to
penalty
Birmingham.
to Birmingham.
I am starting to understand it a bit more now. I think the rules is 50 makes a nice run through, but is unable to convert, and I think the ball will now go back to the UCL goalkeeper. But Birmingham, restoring their 10-goal lead, in very quick succession with those 2 quick goals. I mean, a brilliant, and I think that's the end of the third quarter. So that break was not the end, and we're going to come into the fourth quarter. Birmingham 15-5 ahead, heading into the final quarter where they'll look to confirm their place. They've all but there. They're all but on that coach to Exeter for that quarter-final fixture. They just need to see it through now and play the way they have, and they will not only have progressed through, but progress through in some style. And we'll catch you when the game starts up again in a few minutes. I don't know what that break was for.
Greenwood has been released on bail for now, so he's not sat himself. He's rich. Whilst the investigation is going.
It's quite scary though, that he's just like not that he's going to do it.
He's not like the kind of guy who's going. He's not like Green in the sense that like he's going to go and break that. It's more the power complex over his girlfriend.
Maybe it's because they've put the fixtures up, so it might be the like different team. That's quite nice. Yeah, like real map post, they might be fighting it. Oh, maybe they're maybe.
Oh, it's all the people they're playing.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Event.
It's all the society.
If you're losing, you say, let's up the ante.
Hey, that's quite good.
seeing the true passion of the ants.
Comma's always
I can't see it holding this.
Round of the National Trophy, where Birmingham lead by 15 points to 5 coming into the concluding quarter. Nice little bit of sort of alliteration there, concluding quarter.
Concluding quarter,
Yeah.
you have to use that one again, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a dominant performance, like we've said so far, for the team from Birmingham, who are looking to progress to the quarterfinals of this national trophy, and they look to be doing so in some style. As we said, now it's just a bit of a procession, just to see out the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, I presume this last quarter should be somewhat of a formality to Birmingham, but maybe an opportunity to have a little bit of fun, get creative with regards to attacking moves, and seeing if they can really put a nail in the coffin in this final quarter here.
Yeah, and you know, UCL, like I said, coming into this game with one loss all season, as they come towards us now. Number 11 charging down, but number 59 matching her all the way and not showing her way through. A smile on her face, potentially.
Running out of space in down that flank there, whips it over her head, and UCL to have possession after a little bit of a scramble there. They've come out with possession, and 46 taking the ball forward. That's going to be a penalty there to UCL.
It will be, and they'll be hoping to just make the score a bit more respectable potentially in this final quarter. Potentially, you know, have something to build on in a way in this performance in the last quarter, just to take into their next league game, which actually is a very important clash against Cambridge Twos, who currently sit top of the table and who Birmingham actually defeated in the second round of this very cup competition. As another brilliant throw forward.
Yeah, that's fantastic there, and taken comfortably by Birmingham's 31.
And that caught UCL very unawares, which is
unfortunate there not to find that bottom right hand corner. But yeah, I think this game has I think the main issue for UCL even has been their defence more so than their attack. I mean, they've come up with 5 goals, which against a strong goalkeeper on a different day could have been far more, but the defence has just seemed a bit shaky for UCL, as they concede another opportunity there, which very easily could have found its way in. Birmingham with possession behind the net here, and just quite patient with it at this point. Birmingham, obviously, there's no need to rush. They're comfortably in the lead, so just maintaining possession here. Birmingham waiting for the opportunity to strike. I think advantage played there.
And they have it. The keeper's preparing to make a save, but didn't have to as they played it out
This
wide.
is a bit better defence here being shown from UCL, as Birmingham with possession and not creating many chances or ideas with it.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. That, you know, this half probably isn't going to be full of chances. You know, it's the final quarter. The game's pretty much done now, so it's just about Birmingham just potentially, you know, they will find themselves in circumstances where they will need to perform in the final quarter, and UCL will as well, so they'll be wanting to use this almost as an exercise in a way to break through teams that potentially are sitting back and they're looking for 2 or 3 goals as opposed to 8 or 9,
yeah,
10 even in this fact.
Birmingham with possession again, and UCL unable to escape their own half. A ball flashed across the front of the goal is going to restart with a UCL ball in after a determined run by 64 to make sure that's the case.
It was, wasn't it? It was determined, but
back to keeps.
The keeper and
obviously in the crease, in safety, and once more slightly poor distribution from UCL's goalkeeper, and it creates a chance for Birmingham.
And they score. 16th goal of the game.
They are able to capitalise on for their 16th goal of the game, as you just said, Seth, for number 33.
Number 33, once again in the goals.
A couple substitutions here from Birmingham.
And I just think, yeah, that's definitely a game set and match, as we would say if we were commentating on tennis, but we're not. We're commentating on a bit of lacrosse, and a good day to be a Birmingham Lions fan as they look to ease through to the quarter-finals of this National Trophy competition. It looks as if they might have a real chance of prevailing. I mean, I know the team that they play next, as we've spoken about today, Exeter Freeze, they are actually in a division below Birmingham. So, you know, it could be a bit of food for thought for these lacrosse girls. You know, they've probably taken to this competition a bit. You know, they probably thought we can go a bit far, get to the third round, but, you know, we're facing an informed team in UCL that have lost one game all season. Well, this will really motivate, as UCL actually charge through now, 21, tries to lay it off, but unfortunately that throw just wasn't on target.
Obviously that win against Cambridge as well has probably added to their determination to go far in this competition.
Oh, 100%.
And I think, yeah, if they play with this same intensity and optimism and confidence against Exeter Thirds, who, as I already have admitted, my knowledge is not the best on.
Let's have a look at how this...
I think with this attitude, they'll be a force for any team. 31. Oh, and it just comes off the post there. And Birmingham's 50 reclaims possession. Takes it back in field to number 47, who checks her shoulder and picks the ball up.
So, Birmingham...
Nice take there from Birmingham's 26, who's been very commanding for them today.
Birmingham will face Exeter as a result of that walkover, so they didn't actually have to play.
And here we go.
And a goal.
That is Birmingham's 16th goal of the day, is it? Birmingham's 16th goal of the day.
17th, I believe.
17th.
They've been...
My apologies.
...on top today, and as we've just been talking about, that trip to Exeter looks certain now. You can book that mega bus or train or coach company. They'll be on the phone tonight.
So true.
As I'm trying to find a bit of information about their next opponents, to no avail thus far. Although it looks like they are somewhat dominating in the league below, and potentially promotion could be on the cards, as UCL will now turn their attentions to their own promotion charge. As we said, a big game. 3 games left for the London team. Currently sat on 15 points, 2 points behind Cambridge 2s, who are top, but they do have a game in hand, but they do have to play top of the table twice of their 3 games. As
Here
26,
we go, lovely bit of space
and it's over the bar.
Birmingham, and
you would have put money on her finishing that.
I would have put a lot of money. I would have put the remainder of my student loan on that going in.
Well, I'm very glad you didn't.
Yeah, thank goodness nobody offered me the opportunity. But no, at the end of the day, it's not going to count for much, that miss, and I don't think number 50 will be losing too much sleep over that miss.
I think they might have to. She might have to buy 1 or 2 VKs tonight at Sports Night to make up for it, maybe.
Possibly.
But yeah. The thing is, if the game was a lot closer, then it would have mattered. But
it's not, so it doesn't.
12 goals to the goods. It really doesn't matter, as Birmingham now. It's not going to be an easy game against Exeter in that next round. Exeter currently sit top of the Western Tier 1.
They must have
100% win record.
I was going to say, they must have, if that's their thirds as well, they must have an extremely strong squad, Exeter Lacrosse.
So it's not going to be an easy game, and it might be their hardest game, obviously. You know, they've played 8 games all season and have won all 8.
Yeah.
You know, so it's going to be a difficult game for the team from Birmingham, but
100%.
if they play as the way they have done today, then.
But no, the seconds have played absolutely brilliantly here, and yeah, it's hopefully telling for the remainder of this competition, their success here today.
Well, like I said, this is the 3rd round, so they've got 3 more games. But if their goalkeeper plays half as well as she has done today, they're going to be in with a chance for whoever they come up against.
Speaking of goalkeeper, I think man of woman even of the match.
Player of the
God,
match.
I'm going to get cancelled here.
Yep.
Woman of the match, pardon me, I think has to go to number 88 in goal. She's played absolutely fantastically today, and what have been quite difficult saves, she's been able to make look very easy.
I completely agree. I think she's a brilliant candidate for player of the match, and you know, my mind just goes back to that distribution. You know, it's been shown to be quite difficult. I mean,
yeah,
the UCL keeper has looked good on her distribution, but I'm sure
I think
that number 88 is one of the best in the business.
Yeah, I think notably as well for Birmingham, 26 has had a strong game today in that midfield, has played well, and also 42 in front of goal has played well.
A goal for UCL. And it had been coming, you have to say, and after we've been cursing the goalkeeper there.
Yeah, I think that's your fault actually, Seth.
Oh, really? You named her player of the match.
Yeah, true.
But she's not going to be happy with that, because I imagine she holds herself to high standards, and she has reached those so far this game, and that was arguably a mistake from her. It was a tame shot in my opinion, and obviously it did find the back of the net, but
at this point in the game she's covered herself in enough glory, and
she has.
For it not to count for too much.
It has, and like you say, it doesn't matter. Like that miss earlier, but Birmingham showing here that things aren't perfect. You could say, you know, that miss earlier and that, you know, allowing UCL to put past their keeper 6 times in a game that they have dominated. But I mean, the scoreline 18-6.
And I think they would have been extremely happy with that at the start of the game.
Yeah,
Birmingham, yeah.
UCL though, they haven't. It's just Birmingham have been so full of quality today. I think it's the best way to put it. As we near the conclusion of this game, less than 5 minutes to go. Come on, let's get some interaction in the chat. What have your thoughts on the game's been?
I think I already put that in the group chat, in the live chat. Yeah, it hasn't been too interactive, but we've kept ourselves entertained, Seth.
Some guy named Seth Fernie.
Oh yeah, I know Seth Fernie. Yeah. What's he said? Who's this guy commentating on the Lacrosse? He's unreal. His name's Seth. Seth. Oh, Seth squared.
Seth squared.
Yeah, without things getting too confusing, but I appreciate. Yeah. Appreciate the compliment.
Thank you. You've got a great name, and I hope you've enjoyed this incredible game of lacrosse. It's gained a few more fans as people walk home to Selly Oak from their seminars.
Yeah.
Walk past the Bournbrook Pitches, and yeah, I mean,
I think that the referee's probably going to call the game to an end relatively soon.
I think there's just under 3 minutes left, and
yeah, the game is all but decided.
It has, and you can tell that by the body language of the players. Apparently, Seth Fernie's an avid lacrosse fan.
Yeah, he always speaks about lacrosse, Seth. I can never shut him up about it, actually. So this is probably
his bread and butter.
Yeah, exactly. He'll be. In fact, everything I know about lacrosse, I've learnt from Seth. So there we go.
That's
and just about kept out of the net there by the
UCL keeper.
UCL.
As my thoughts turn to our next commentary.
Oh, exciting.
Let's have a look what we're doing next week.
Good strong run here by number 11.
Exciting times for Burn FM next week as we take on the rugby union double header.
Oh, exciting!
Right here on Bournbrook Pitches, right here on UB Sports Fitness.
That'd be quite a good name for actually Bournbrook.
Be a good name for a show.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I missed the trick there.
Yeah, I mean, I am disappointed that your show has changed names.
Yeah, we're going back to the original format though. But as I said, I'm not gonna plug my show. I've started and ended this commentary by plugging my show, so I'm gonna shut up. But
as UCL looking for what would be a consolation, that was a bit of aggression in that shot there. As number 17 is taking no prisoners.
Going for blood, and there's just a little bit of
using her
frustration
as a
being
weapon.
let out. It's actually called a lacrosse, Seth.
Well, I wonder who you learned that off. Maybe
Yeah.
we can ask our lacrosse expert, Seth Fernie.
Yeah.
I wonder what he has to say on there. As there's the clock runs down to less than a minute here on Bournbrook.
Oh,
Birmingham looking.
There we go. What
It
could
is.
be Birmingham's
19
conclusive goal, scored by 67 there with a nice finish.
Can they reach the 20 mark? They
Does
will
not look
not,
like it,
as
as
the players go over to congratulate themselves. Birmingham have come out the victors here in a dominant 19-7, I believe, display of attacking prowess and defensive stability. Player of the match going to number 88, the goalkeeper, for a solid display in the net, and for which her distribution did provide vital in the build-up to many goals. It was 19-7 in the end, and that means that Birmingham will progress through to the next round of the National Trophy. The quarterfinals away against Exeter Thirds, a difficult fixture who have won all their games so far this season. As the players congratulate each other here, so thank you to Joe Camp.
thank you very much, and thank you to you, Seth Fernie, for such wonderful commentary this lovely afternoon.
Seth Fernie? You just said call me Seth Fernie.
Seth Nobes, obviously. I've got too many Seths going about in my head at this point. But yeah, thank you to all you listening at home as well, and to everybody who's turned up. And congratulations to both sides here at Bournbrook Pitches. God, I'm losing the ability to speak, for a fantastic afternoon of lacrosse.
It was, wasn't it? What a great game and a great advert for BUCS Sport. And we'll join you all next week, like we said, for that double header of rugby union here on Bournbrook. You won't want to miss it.
Great team spirit, and then actually like, guys, I can't come tonight, I have to go home. Oh my god. Oh my goodness me. It's just the thing that ended early yesterday. It was great to meet you this week, and thank you for being so patient with us. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.